Join the Yoga Traveler membership, where you will have access to the entire video library, over 80 videos, and 200 plus hours of content to enjoy. yogatraveler.online/membership.
Welcome, everybody. Today we're going to challenge ourselves with yoga. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to do challenging poses. I might offer some to you, but your job is to determine what kind of challenge you want today. Every day we come to the mat, it's different. Sometimes we're challenging ourselves mentally. Are we in the moment with our body, with our breath? I would say personally, that's the greatest challenge that we come across when we do yoga, and the most important one, to be in the moment, in the presence. And then from there, if we're listening to our body, listening to our breath, we'll know whether or not we need to go deeper into the poses. So today I'm going to offer steps along the way, and you get to decide if you're going to take that step a little bit deeper, a little bit deeper, a little bit deeper. And you get to decide when the challenge is enough for you. So listen, let's breathe together. Close your eyes so that you can start to turn inward a little bit more. We'll pull our shoulders back. Imagine that we're sitting up against a wall, nice and tall. But tuck your chin just a little bit so that there's some length in the back of the neck. And we'll start to breathe in and out just through the nose. This is the most important thing that we're going to do today. Connect with our breath. Connect with our body. If we are not listening and not feeling what our body needs, then we don't know whether or not we should challenge ourselves. So this establishment of breath is the most important thing you're going to do today. And your job is to make the breath your partner. You work together, you move together. And we'll see what kind of beauty we can create with our practice. Let's open our eyes and take 3 unified breaths together. Bring your arms by your sides. Inhale, reach up. Gaze upward if you'd like. Exhale, bring your hands down, maybe slightly back behind the shoulders so you're feeling a little opening in the chest. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Last one together. Inhale. Exhale. Very nice. Let's start right up on our feet. So get yourself to your feet and near the top of your mat. And we'll begin with Surya Namaskara A, very traditional Surya Namaskara, to again link the breath with the body and start to warm things up so we might be able to discover what our mood is today. Let's stand in Samastiti, either feet together or hip width distance apart, whatever works best for you. And take a breath. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward. Go down as far as you can. It's okay if you're not touching the floor. It's okay if the knees are slightly bent, if you want to release hamstrings. Inhale, bring your hands up your shins, halfway lift. Pull your shoulders back, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bend your knees, hands down, step or hop back to a plank. You can drop your knees here. I'll show this the first time. Chaturanga, elbows bend, see if you can hover. Inhale, straighten out through the arms. roll to the tops of the feet and feel that opening in Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, roll back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Settle into this pose a little bit. It's okay if you pedal your feet, move around. It's okay to hold still as well. And just let yourself breathe. And feel the body starting to stretch out. Good. Let's bend our knees, look forward, inhale, step, or you can hop up to your hands. Exhale, fold into your legs. Relax your neck, your chin, your jaw. Inhale, reverse swan dive, lift up to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Samastiti. Good, we'll take it again. I offered lots of modifications. You can use those or just continue following me. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, swan dive down. Deep as you can. Inhale, look up, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, hands down, step back or hop back. You can drop your knees here, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Bring your chin toward the chest so you feel that length in the back of your neck. Again, lots of lift through the center of our body. That's Uddiyana Bandha. Lifting and energizing there will help to bring some warmth into our center. Good. Bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, step or hop up to your hands. Exhale, fold into your legs. Uttanasana, deeply bending down. Inhale, reverse swan dive, reach up to the sky. Exhale, Samastiti. Good, let's do one more, then we'll move on. Inhale, lift. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, look up, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step or hop back, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good. This is where we pause, we catch our breath here, we feel the rhythm of the breath continuing even though we're not moving. Good. Bend your knees, look forward, inhale, step or hop up to the hands. Exhale, fold into your legs. Now here is our first potential challenge. I'm going to turn and face you. Let's take our feet hip width distance so we've moved them just a little bit. And if you're able to, wrap your index finger and thumb around your big toes. If that's too far for your body, if your body is too challenged, take a block. Change the height perhaps. All three heights are good. If you've got your toes, pull forward. If you've got your block, pull forward. Feel the backs of your legs lengthening. Now the challenge is just to know our limits. If we want to stretch our hamstrings, we have to keep our knees straight. So that may mean using a block. And that's good. That's great. Maybe you want to take it just a little bit deeper. Look up, inhale, exhale, bend your knees a little so that you can take your hands underneath your feet. Now, if you're able to, straighten out your knees. Some of us might keep our knees straight. Some of us might still be using the block. Keep breathing in this Pada Hastasana. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, release the hands, bring them to your waist. Exhale. Inhale, lift up the rest of the way. Exhale, step your feet back together. We take our choices on how much challenge we want. Let's step our right foot forward and bring the left heel back. Heel to arch aligned for Trikonasana. Inhale, raise your arms. Exhale, fold forward. Take your right hand down your leg as far as you want to go. If you need to, you may place a block in front of your big toe side and hold on to that block. Those of you who like to be challenged by classical yoga, perhaps you have Ashtanga roots, you might wrap your index finger and thumb around that big toe. Either way, when we hold still, the challenge is to pay attention to the breath, to feel the body, and to notice what's happening. Maybe think, what is strengthening here? What is stretching? Pay attention, stay in the moment. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift up through the torso. Good, let's stay nice and wide. Exhale, bend to Virabhadrasana B. You see me creeping a little bit deeper? That's because I want to make sure that my knee does not push over my toe. Protect the knee always. Take Parsvakonasana. Right forearm to the thigh might be what you're comfortable with. If you feel like being challenged, maybe place your hand on a block on the pinky toe side of your foot, or go even deeper, the hand to the floor. Then you can feel that stretch. All three poses you'll feel the stretch, don't get me wrong. Lots of length through the torso and big stretch into the hip, that right hip specifically. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, straighten up, and let's turn our toes toward each other for Prasarita Padottanasana A. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Just like before, we might want a block on the ground. You can see I don't need one. I have long arms. I can reach the floor. If you can't reach the floor and keep your knees straight, that's why you might use a block. Let's bring our hands or our block in line with our feet. Press into the floor or the block. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold your way back down. Relax your neck and your jaw. Shift your weight forward toward your toes so that you're feeling such a nice stretch through the entire back body. Not just the legs, but also the low back as well. Feels such a great deep stretch. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, press into the floor, look up. Exhale, bring your hands to your waist. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, turn your toes toward the left toes toward the edge of your mat. So now we're going to focus on this left side. Extend your arms, inhale. Exhale, reach down, Trikonasana. So options just like we had before. Block maybe on the big toe side, just your hand along your leg. A deeper challenge would be to grab the big toe with your index finger and thumb. Feel so open and stretched through your shoulders, lots of length into the torso. Very nice. Lots of length through that side body. Inhale, lift up. Good. Exhale, bend to Virabhadrasana B. Just check your alignment. Make sure you're not putting too much pressure on that knee and take it to Parsvakonasana. Start on your forearm. Maybe you're able to go deeper and you know that about yourself. Hand on the block or on the floor on the pinky toe side of your foot. Turn your gaze toward that palm. Feel the deep sensation through the left hip. And the beautiful stretch all the way through the side of the right side of the body. Good. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Nicely done. Lift up. Straighten out the knee. Turn your toes toward each other one more time and take your hands behind you. Now, if you're really tight through your shoulders and chest, you might benefit from the use of a strap. So you can place a strap behind you and then you widen out so that as you pull away, there's a little more room. So feel free to experiment with that. Either way, let's bring our hands behind, grab on clasp fingers or grab onto that strap. Press into your fingers, look up, inhale, feel the shoulder blades pull together, chest opens, exhale, fold forward. See if you can draw your hands away from your back. And then let the head relax down there. Keep shifting your weight forward toward your toes so you remain feeling the hamstrings, the backs of the legs. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come all the way up. Nicely done. Exhale, release your hands. Step your feet. I'm gonna just move my things. Step your feet back together. And let's take Utkatasana. Bend your knees. Sit back like you're in a chair, Utkatasana. Now, all these standing poses are doing the job of warming up our body. We're building all this strength in our muscles, warming our body so that we can go potentially deeper. Let's take our hands to heart center. We'll try that now. Pull your right elbow over to that left side of your body. Press into the leg. Draw the left shoulder to the sky. So we're in a twist here. You can stay here. You can open up and go a little deeper. Either way is fine. Feel that squeeze through the middle of the body. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands together. Here's the challenge. Are you going to stay bent? Or are you quickly going to straighten your legs and fold forward? Decide. Take a breath. Inhale. If you're folding, here we go. Exhale. Maybe you're staying. Inhale. We all come back up. Here we go. Let's twist. Exhale. Opposite elbow. Press into the leg. Pull the right arm, the right shoulder up toward the sky. Stay here or open. Feel that squeeze. Good. How we doing? Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands to the middle. Legs, body to the middle. Let's all straighten out through our knees and fold down. Did you feel it through the backs of the legs? Did you decide to stay challenged? Good. Now I'm going to turn my body. Here's our next potential challenge that you could decide to take on, Bakasana, crow pose. So bend your knees enough that you can take your hands to the floor. We want our hands flat on our mat. Then start to lean forward and bring your knees right onto your forearms. Some of us are going to stay right here and we'll just say, this is good enough for me. In fact, some of you might just be staying in a forward bend and you say, this is good for me. Either way, take your pick. Now, those of you who've moved onto your forearms, perhaps you're going to reach one toe off the mat, put it down, then maybe try out that other leg, give it a turn, put it down. Perhaps you're going to take both toes off the mat And we're in our Bakasana. Feel that lift. Feel that strength building, the balance. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Come down. Nicely done. I'm going to face you once again. Move into Malasana. We're already nice and low. Malasana looks something like this. I like to use my elbows to press my knees open. Now again, this may be too much of a challenge for your ankles. If you can't get your heels to the floor, don't worry. Maybe roll up a blanket and put it underneath. Sometimes widening the feet or turning the toes out can help with that. If it's too much, come here, just like I'm doing right now. Just using the elbows to press open a little bit, still feeling that integration of the hips and the strength, but we're taking a different option, right? Making a different choice. Good. We're gonna try a second challenge right in a row. This next one is challenging for me as well, so I'll do my best. Drop your hips back down just a little bit, just enough, so that you can bring your hands around to the floor and then sit down on the forearms. So I'm resting my inner thigh on my forearms. This may be where you want to stay. If you can get this deep, feels good. Say that you're here. You might just kind of pull one arm underneath and pull the other arm underneath and grab your ankles. This is a great option. It really opens up your shoulders and your inner thigh. So that might be a choice. Hands on the floor, sitting back might be a choice. Our third option would be to extend the legs and try to balance. This is Titibhasana. Feel that strength, definitely a stretch. Let's take one more breath in whatever pose we're in. Inhale. Exhale. For me, the hard part is coming down. I don't do it pretty, so I'm just gonna fall down. Let's all join each other to sit. Great work. You've done well. Hopefully your mind is still in it and you're not frustrated. Let's do a little wrists, huh? I talk about frustration because we don't want to compare ourselves to others. We don't want to compare our practice to anybody. Luckily, we can't see each other, so there's no visual comparison. It's just about you and doing what you can do. Sometimes we want to try, and sometimes we don't want to try. Sometimes we know we shouldn't try, and that is okay. Please give yourself that grace. This is all about discovery. Maybe you're following me, I'm just kind of stretching out. Now let's just shake our wrists. Some of those arm balances are difficult on the wrists if you're not used to doing them, right? Okay, great. Now we've been working on doing some strength. Now let's stretch. With stretches, we can choose to challenge ourselves and go deeper into the poses. So I'll give you some options. Let's start with Gomukhasana, and we'll begin with our right leg in the front of the left. Now imagine yourself folding forward. If your hips are very tight, you might stay just like this. If you think you can go deeper for a challenge, you might stack your knees and ankles on top of each other. See how I've got a lift here? This one's not easy for me. It's a challenge. Imagine yourself folding forward there. The last choice would be Gomukhasana, stacking the knees on top of each other and then folding. So choose your legs, then let's get our arms going. Reach your right arm up and send it down your back. Bring your left arm from below, and you can grab your fingertips if you're able to. You can take a strap behind you. So the strap is back there and you're holding on to it. You could just simply hold your shirt. Take a breath, inhale, Exhale, fold yourself forward. Now we want to try to feel some sensation in the hips, in the low back, through the right tricep, through the left shoulder, across the chest. There's a lot of really great things happening here. Hopefully you're enjoying some sensation. Let's take one more breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, lift up. Good. Exhale, release. Nicely done. Let's take this right leg that's in front and bring it around to a hurdled position. And simply adjust this left leg. Now again, this pose can go deeper if you feel like challenging yourself more. If this feels great, stay here. Maybe you can take this left leg though up onto your hip. First choice. Then we reach across. Maybe you can just hold your knee, or you can take your hand under your knee. So we can do this like this too. Yes? Either way. Then this left hand can just be on the floor, or if you've got your toe up there, you might be able to reach back and grab the toe with your hand. Then send your gaze back. So lots of options to challenge yourself in this pose, and to feel very deep in the twist. And that is one of the reasons why we might decide to challenge ourselves, because we want to feel a little more depth. We don't want to stagnate in our yoga practice. That's why every day is different, and we just need to listen to the breath. Take one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Good job. Let's come out of that pose and switch our legs. So now I have to think about it. Okay, you're going to have, here we go. I had to think about it. You're gonna have your left leg forward. So simple crisscross, option A. Fire log, stacking the knees and feet on top of each other, option B. Gomukhasana, stacking your knees on top of each other, option C. Lift the left arm up, inhale, drop it down your back. Right arm from behind, grab onto your shirt, a strap, or maybe your fingers. Look up, inhale, exhale, fold forward. Oh, it feels so nice to stretch my upper body today. Plus, it's always good to give the hips a little stimulation. This one's nice on the sacrum as well. That's the space between the low back and the hips. Keep breathing. Good. Gently lift up and release your hold. Nicely done. Take this left leg that's on top or in front and bring it around to that hurdled position. So here we are, right leg in front, left leg hurdled. You can stay here. You can place your right foot up onto your hip. Reach across with the left hand, or maybe pull the palm underneath. Right hand to the floor behind you, or wrapping around to grab the toe. Send your gaze back. Choose your level of challenge. Your body's going to help you to figure that out. Your breath is going to help you to figure that out. I always feel like I want people to know what their options are. They don't have to take them, but they should know what they are, so you can make a good choice. Good. Take one more breath together here. Inhale. Exhale. Nicely done. Come forward and unwind yourself. Let's extend both legs straight forward on our mats. have your strap handy. If you're not very flexible through your hips and hamstrings, then you might place the strap around your feet. That's a great choice. Sit tall, inhale. This is Paschimottanasana. Exhale, reach forward along that strap. If you can reach your feet, then you don't need the strap. Take a breath. Inhale, pull in through Uddiyana Bandha. Exhale, fold back down. Relax your neck. Relax your gaze. Pull your shoulder blades down. And feel this long stretch. Feels nice to straighten out the backs of the knees because we had them bent for so long. So hopefully you're finding some benefits here. Good. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Very nice. Now, we wouldn't be doing a good job about challenging ourselves if we didn't talk about inversions, specifically headstands. Why are headstands challenging? Because there's an element of fear. Your feet leave the ground, you're suspended in the air, you're worried about falling over. It's a very good fear to have. So we have to move slow and listen to our body. Couple of options. If you have a wall, something like I have here, you are certainly welcome to try this against a wall. I'm going to set up your grip so that if you want to lift, you can. Feel free to put yourself by a wall and lift up it. Other than that, let's get into the position. So we're going to come onto all fours to start. We're going to move through Sirsasana here. Then drop your forearms down and grab your biceps. So one hand wraps around each bicep. Then pull your hands directly out from there, clasp them together, put them down. This is your base. You see that it's not very wide. It's not a really wide triangle. The wider we go, the harder it becomes to balance up there. So really, that grip is good measurement. Now, if you want to just scoot your knees forward just a little, take your head down to the floor, the top of the head on the floor, and the hands just wrapping around the back of the neck. Or not the neck, back of the head. So you can stay right here. You do not have to lift your knees off the ground at all. Right now you are in an inversion. You are upside down. Feel free to stay here. One step deeper would be to come up onto your toes. So you're in kind of a down dog sort of position, almost like a dolphin, except that our head is on the ground. You may stay right here. If you are able to, maybe you're willing to give it a try, you can pull your knees in and float those legs up. Again, you can do this against a wall, and you certainly do not have to bring your legs up. But it might be part of your practice, then go for it. Be mindful to push the ground away with your elbows. Really strengthen your arms and your triceps here. Utilize that strength. This is not about the neck. The head is just lightly resting on the ground, and the arms and the shoulders are doing most of the work. Good. Let's take one more breath wherever we are. Inhale. Exhale. Nicely done. Start to bring your legs back down. Slow and steady. And when you find the ground, come to a child's pose. Take your forehead down to the floor, relax your arms, sit back into those hips. And just let your blood flow return to a more neutral kind of flow within your body. And maybe take a moment to congratulate yourself on the challenge. I do not mean to say that You let your feet leave the floor. You can congratulate yourself with your feet on the ground. You participated in the challenge and you listened to your body. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Gently lift yourself up and just roll over onto your back. Let's simply give ourselves a twist on the floor to help ease any last remaining tension and just be able to settle into Shavasana. So it might feel nice to hug your knees into your chest, press that curve of the spine down to the ground, and then let the knees drop over to the right and extend your left arm out. Take your gaze over the left as well, so that you're putting a twist through your low back, your hips. You've got an open chest and a stretched shoulder and a neck too. And just let yourself breathe here. Settle into the ground a little bit. And now your challenge might be to allow yourself to relax. That's challenging. We don't always let ourselves relax. So now it's time for you to do that. Let yourself relax. Inhale, bring your legs to the center. Exhale, float them down to the left and turn your gaze over the right shoulder, that opposite shoulder. And once again, let yourself relax. Feel the cares of your body just sinking into the floor. Maybe a sense of being a little bit heavy, a grounding feeling. Maybe your breath slows down a little bit. Your thoughts might be coming, but you're just kind of noticing them and then letting them float away. Good. Take one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your legs back into the middle and let them float down. One leg to each edge of your mat. You can bring your arms by your sides. Get comfortable. Maybe a pillow or blanket under the knees to elevate the low back. Maybe a blanket over your body for a little bit of warmth. Just get comfortable. Time for Shavasana. I'll leave you here to rest in some quiet, but I'll wake you up with the sound of a bell. So don't worry about anything. Just let your thoughts float around you and enjoy taking in the deep sensations, whatever your body's trying to tell you. Start to wake yourself up. Rotate through your wrists and your ankles. Point and flex your feet. Stretch your arms overhead to lengthen through your entire body. And roll yourself onto one side in fetal pose. Gently press up to a comfortable seated position. And bring your hands to heart center. Thank you for taking this challenge with me today. Not only challenging our body perhaps, but challenging our mind and our breath and our focus. It's all part of the journey that we take together when we do yoga. Thank you. Namaste.